In the Kherson direction, intensive fighting continues in the area of the bridgehead on the left bank of the Dnipro, near the village of Krynki. The enemy is making considerable efforts, not counting losses, to push the AFU advanced units into the river floodplain. For more than 5 days he has been making almost continuous attacking and assaulting actions by the forces of the 104th Airborne Assault Division. The enemy is attacking the AFU positions in this locality, both from the southwestern direction, along the coastal road, and through the woodlands south of the village. Next there will be a quote from one of the commanders of Ukrainian tactical units, fighting on the left bank of the Dnipro. The bridgehead is now held solely on mines. The enemy airborne division on IFVs began to drive right into the positions from the forest and drop off the landing force. This was the day everyone thought the bridgehead was going to be pushed into the water. And we were urgently all brought in for additional mining in a downpour, because there was no choice. All enemy assaults are stopped by mines. For 5 days they attack continuously, but we stabilized the situation a bit and they don't reach the positions. In fact it's hell here now. Russian troops have lost up to 45 armored vehicles over the week. The forest and Krynki are littered with iron, but the meaty assaults continue. Today is the first day that the assault was limited to only 2 IFVs, but unfortunately our advance on this bridgehead has been halted. This was written yesterday, December 13th. At the beginning of December, the commander of the Dnipro Group, General Toplinsky, had already decided on the composition, directions and areas of action of his main tactical groups, which obviously, in the near future were to begin eliminating the AFU bridgehead on the left bank. At that moment the final touches of the future operation were being put on. Some were echeloned combat orders to increase their efforts during their future attacks, some were covered potentially dangerous areas, some were created a tactical reserve for various kinds of surprises. At the same time, the 337th Airborne Assault Regiment was moved under his command. Preliminary he was to be concentrated in the second echelon of the operational structure of the Dnipro grouping. Then General Toplinsky had to decide how exactly to use this regiment. To put it into battle at one of the sites, to leave it as one of the parts of the General Operational Reserve, or to use it as a kind of mobile fire department. I was inclined to the third option, if everything that they say about General Toplinsky at least half true. And I was not mistaken. Now General Toplinsky continues to throw units and subdivisions of the 104th Division, including the 337th Assault Regiment, into continuous attacks near the village of Krynki, just to eliminate the dangerous Ukrainian bridgehead. The enemy near Krynki is now demonstrating a prohibitive level of aggressiveness in their assault actions, despite the fact that they are getting quite sensitive blows from Ukrainian Marines in return. Briefly on Marinka, which used to be a town. At the time the video was made, the defense forces control only a small patch of ruins in the north of the territory. There is no longer a single surviving building there, almost no buildings left that have not been destroyed to the foundations. But the Ukrainian soldiers are still holding that small patch of ruins.